Welcome back to Lesscashmoremash. My name's Tom.
And I'm like,
And today we're cracking open a new bottle of Bondstone Heritage Reserve Quad Oak. So I'm kind of excited to try this one. First of all, we've never had a Quad Oak anything. So Steve found this one at
Total Wine, I believe.
Yeah, he found this at Total Wine when he was out there. We've had good and bad with Bondstone, so I'll be interested to see. I know, like one of his double oaks actually smashed it in one of the blinds we had. It was actually phenomenal, and then we've had other ones that
And
were
not
just
bad price.
that were terrible. So let's get right into the particulars on this one. This one comes in at 100 proof. We got it for $79.99. This is a limited release, they said. So this is he found his chicken. This is distilled in Kentucky. It's bottled by the Kentucky Whiskey Bottling Company out of Harrodsburg, Kentucky. This starts with Bondstone's Double Oak that we liked a lot, and then they added toasted ache staves to that. He got the loudest one. I apologize. He hasn't played with it in forever. It also incorporates bourbon that has been matured 3 times in new charred oak barrels. Then it's combined, rested, with a 4th layer of toasted American oak and French oak staves. So if we don't taste the oak in this one, we got some browns. So
it's dark enough.
It is definitely dark enough. So I was kind of nervous about it because I remember the original one that Steve bought. He actually brought it over because he didn't like the oak flavor. He thought it was too tannic, and it did okay on there. But then he brought another one over. So he went and bought a triple oak, I think it was, and he absolutely loved that one. So when I saw this one, I'm like, you know what? Grab it. It's new, and I just wanted to see. Now this,
it's a totally,
my goodness,
totally different nose here.
Wow, hold on. I was curious to see before I went in there. Now we recently just did that Still Lost, and it had a beautiful oak flavor.
Yeah, this is times 5 or something.
Oof,
There's something else.
Yeah, hold on.
There's probably everything else here.
There's everything else here. That's it. That's just it. When in doubt, they threw oak in it. That's
But there's also sweetness there.
No, I get you on the sweetness. Ironically, I could smell it.
Ironically, look at that funky Wagnalls coming out today.
It's kind of bringing me towards like the French oak, like the Penelope French oak flavor. That is what I smell.
Yeah, but this is almost times 2. It's actually stronger.
I'm wondering if it's going to taste like Oak and Eden. That's what I'm afraid of.
Well, that makes 2 of us because because it doesn't say really much of this on the bottle, and then when you were reading all that, it was like bing,
like
bing,
oak
bing,
and
like,
oak,
holy
and oak,
shit!
And then they threw in oak. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I can tell you, it's not the tannic Oak and Eden that we had. Actually, and even for 100 proof, it actually hangs on.
There was a generous amount of oak flavor in this one.
No, but it's not that. It's overabundant tannic.
No, I agree because we have one up here that we tried like the other day.
One, and it has that blah blah.
No,
that just is like the nasty, almost. It's just shy of like a cigar taste.
Yep. That cigar taste that they put out in paint thinner. Like it kind of mixes with that.
So that's my tannic, I guess, if I'm going to describe something, and whether you smoke cigars or not.
We got one up here that we just did the other day, and I was like, what the heck? That's got a K on it. I can tell you that. But they, no, man, I don't know where to go with this one. You know what? This is going to bring those people that are. Some people are oak sensitive. They don't want too much oak because then you're at your threshold of oak. I think on this one. You know what I mean? This is thick,
but it's not an overpowering smoke. It's not like the smoke one. Remember we did the smoke thing that time? Mm-hmm. It's not like that. That gave that again cigar residue. This one really is not doing that. It kind of just leaves a.
This is very good.
It leaves a nice little taste.
This is very good.
Pick it out. It stands out. It's definitely going to stand alone. With if you did this next to a regular bourbon, this is definitely going to stand out.
What?
But not in a bad way.
No, but I've been looking to try to do a double oak Sunday Fun Day anyways.
This is a quad oak.
This is gonna but it's gonna bring you in that realm. You know what I'm saying?
Should. I think this is definitely got to stand out. The closest
I
probably.
don't know though. Do you remember that ancient age one? I mean the ancient caves that we did from mine went blank. Maryland.
If anything, I'd say
The little bottle. Remember Steve?
Oh,
brought me the
yeah,
little bottle?
yeah.
My mind just went blank. He got me a shot.
Penelope could be there too. Sometimes that has a different flavor. You know, which maybe that's the French part.
That's the French oak. That's what makes me think of this.
Yeah. A little more. You catch on to that quicker than I do on that, but I don't even know how to really compare this. It didn't give an age statement.
I got a comparison, but it's not my bottle, and it's sitting right over my shoulder, and I want to grab it. Something awful because Steve brought over the Woodford Double Oak, and I remember getting that savory. I'm getting a similar savory aspect, like butter melted on a steak. That kind of like it's almost buttery when you smell it to me. I'm getting a little bit of that.
That'd be close. That's a little cheaper actually than this.
I'm just trying to think. But it's just one of them. You know, I've never got to try it, but I know that there's a couple other ones that he had a triple oak. I think it was made by Bondstone also.
We got Angel's Envy triple oak.
Yeah, that was 2 different casks. We do have that one too. I'll have to come up with something. Oak. No, I get you. I'll have to come up with something.
That would be a huge. That'd be all kind. That's another whole different flavor, but
right. I haven't been back to that since we cracked it.
I don't think I have either.
Nope. But
I just remember it was a triple oak, and
it's
all in the stores, and people obviously must really like Angel's Envy because it is out there. A lot of stores take it as a store pick. So either that sales rep is great and does a good job on come on down,
right? I know some people aren't total wine fan. I got to be honest with you, man. There was so much flavor coming out of this thing.
I don't know how you could not be, whether you pick their shit or not. It's a big ass store.
I know, but some people are anti stores like that. I don't know. I don't have an issue with it. As long as they're selling for decent prices, you can name the store liquor.
That
it don't matter. And
then
to me, but
most of the time, the people in there are fairly knowledgeable. They're not
friendly. Like they will. A few times
they do try to sell their own product, which is okay.
They make me mortgage my house every time I walk in the place because I can't. I find stuff that you don't regularly see at all the other places. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because they don't have the warehouse. They don't have that storage. I mean, they literally have.
Don't get me wrong.
Double-sided aisle for just bourbon and whiskey, but
I try to support the local people, and I've done that a lot.
Do that.
But a lot of my local people, I've said this numerous times to a bunch of you guys, anyways, are now bought out by other people, and they have ridiculous prices that we don't. I just refuse to go to. I won't do it. So
luckily, we have 2 stores that haven't caved in yet. So
right. Because they haven't got bought out. It's still them. That's what I'm saying. Like, but the other places, they really do. And I love to support the people that were helping us in the beginning, but I'm not paying ridiculous prices for stuff like that. And honestly, like you go down south and they have like Liquor Burn and other chains that have their own like Flat Top and different things. You know what I mean? They have their own whiskey. To me, this is damn good whiskey that made in it's not outrageous. It's a quad oak, for Christ's sakes. I don't know anyway other than like Woodford Double Oak, which you pay through your. You got to sign over your firstborn to get, and there's only 3 released a year. You know what I mean?
I've not seen.
I've never seen it. I think Danny finally ended up getting one. He was super excited. I don't know if you're watching, Danny. You can let me know if you ever cracked it. Just curiosity factor. Just because, I mean
this is a pretty easy drink too.
It is. But I remember, and I haven't done one in the longest time. But I really liked my 1910 that I had from Old Forester because it had that dark and rich. If there's any complaint, you are getting oak as a flavor. You know what I mean? Like there's not a ton of complexity. It's the same thing when we did the Woodford Double Oak. It's got a savory element to it, and but it's oak and oak and oak.
It's definitely that, and you do get a little bit of a variety of different flavors, and it does hang.
Yeah, caramel and oak. But
you get a sweet kind of nose, and there's not much else on that. But it's
the palate doesn't change.
No,
you're getting oak.
Oh yeah.
So, and again, if you're sensitive to that, this isn't a bottle for you. But
again, it's
not tannic. Though.
Yeah,
it's delicious.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
It is a cup full of oak, but it's very good. And you just got to know that going in.
It's not overpowering.
But you're not getting a fruit or a nut.
No,
you're literally getting oak.
Yeah,
from the front to the beginning to the end. But it lasts and it hangs. And 100 proof, it's not hot at all in your mouth.
No.
It is sugary aspect to it, though. There's a
initial,
sweetness.
yeah, there is a
Yeah.
sweetness to start.
And I almost get a savory. It doesn't quite. It's funny because Steve brought over the double oak, and he always makes me do things blind. I've said it before. And he poured it, and I took one smell, and I was like, "Oh, something popped into my head." And he goes, "Well, what do you think it is?" I think it's Woodford double oak because it's the only one that really gives me that butter on top of a steak smell when I smell it. And he's like, "Well, damn, you just wrecked that game," because he was like, "Yeah, that's what it is." So he had found a bottle at a decent price, and that's kind of where this is bringing me in the direction too. This is a little more expensive, but Woodford double oak's not easy to find. It's creeping up in that price.
It is, and typically, yeah, I see it everywhere for $69.99. He manages to find it for $59 and $49, which
I think he found this last one for $52. I said that's the best he's done in a while because no, they're upwards. That's what I'm saying. It's creeping up into this range. So
even 52, I've yet to see him for that.
No, me neither. That's why I love it when he had the magical store. You can get it for $49. I was like, buy me another one. We've gone through a few here myself, and so hasn't he because it's like one of his favorite ones. So. Well, there you go. We'll wrap this one up short and sweet. If you guys have tried this, again, it is a limited release. I'm not sure how big it is, but you guys are all around the country. You probably have better access to it. It is, I believe, Total Wine only, but don't quote me on that.
I think you're right.
This is the Bondstone Heritage Reserve Quad Oak. So if you have tried or if you have seen this, it is oak. Just understand that.
The kicker, though, it says limited release, so, seasonal, but it doesn't say like 2024, 2023. You would have thought it would have a year, and it really doesn't. So you don't even know if you're getting last year, 5 years ago, 2 years ago.
I've never seen a quad oak anywhere, though. No, that's why I was like,
I'll be honest, I have not been to Total Wine in a long time. So.
The last time I did, I spent way too much. I tried to ban myself from that place until this goes down. The sack keeps multiplying over there. So
that's probably not.
But there you go. That's our review. Again, you guys have tried this. Leave a comment down below. I'll be curious what you guys actually think of it. We didn't grade it. You fail on your end of it. What do you think?
I'm pretty content. A B plus, A minus type deal. Only it's again what's lacking. It's a little pricey and it's 100 proofer, so that's kind of where it's a little bit of a holdback. But flavor wise and nose wise, everything's there.
And mine was merely complexity. I mean, there's a ton of flavor, but it's the same flavor.
But it's not a bad flavor.
It's not, but I do like that banana nuts, this and that. You know what I mean? You
so,
give me a little bit more variety.
You gonna go?
I like your B plus, A minus. Either one of them too. You know what? I think honestly, me personally, I go B plus because we just did the Still Austin, and I like that one better.
I don't think this is gonna do.
It's gonna kill in a double oak blind, though.
Probably so.
I think so.
Probably so.
But
most of them aren't crazy proof either, so they're gonna fall into that. And then price range, they're not far off. So I agree, but I don't know if it's A minus. I think B plus.
Because proof, price, everything are exactly the same as what we just did to Still Austin, and I think that just had a little bit more of a complexity that I liked a little bit better. Because it finished with a nice.
It actually might have stuck around a little bit longer too.
I think it had a little bit more. So B plus, I like that. So there you go. That's our review. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Spend less, drink more. Cheers.